It started with a creak. Jason Bell had just moved into an old Victorian house left to him by a great-uncle he never met. A few nights in, he noticed it, a strange draft in the hallway near the attic. The air felt colder there, like something was breathing behind the walls. Then one night, while adjusting a bookshelf, the wall behind it cracked slightly and revealed a hidden door. It was small, no taller than 4 feet, painted the same color as the wall. No handle, no frame, just a rectangle carved into silence. Curious but cautious, Jason pressed his palm to it. It opened. Inside was a narrow tunnel, barely wide enough to crawl. Dusty, silent, but there was something else. Footprints. Fresh, leading inward. Jason grabbed a flashlight and followed the tunnel. It wound deeper than expected. He should have hit the outer wall of the house, but didn't. The air grew warmer. The wood under his hands turned to cold stone. His flashlight flickered, then died. But somehow, the tunnel remained faintly lit, as if glowing from within. When he emerged, he wasn't in his attic. He was in another room, almost identical to his bedroom, but mirrored. The pictures on the wall were reversed. The clock ticked backward, and on the bed, someone was sleeping. Jason crept closer. It was him. Same haircut, same pajamas, same scar above the left brow. Jason reached out to touch the other version of himself. But just before he could, that version opened its eyes and whispered, "You're not supposed to be here." Panicked, Jason ran back into the tunnel. But something had changed. Now every few feet there were doors. Dozens of them, each with labels. 1986 birthday. 2002 accident. 2024 unknown. He opened one. Suddenly, he was standing in a hospital room, watching his 7-year-old self cry beside his mother's bed. Another door, he was inside a flipped car, moments before impact. Another, he saw himself proposing to a woman he didn't recognize. Jason realized, these doors weren't physical. They were memories. Moments. Some from his past, some from futures that hadn't happened yet. He tried to go back through the tunnel, but it twisted. It led to yet another room, another version of his house, except this time, someone else was waiting. It was the other Jason, the one from before. And this time, he wasn't alone. He whispered, "You've seen too much. You're not the first." Jason backed away, but more figures appeared in the room. Some looked like him. Others didn't. Some had missing eyes, burned faces, limps. They moved in unnatural ways. Not quite walking, not quite floating. "We all found the door," one of them said. Another added, "Some walked in. Others were dragged." Jason turned to run, but the door had vanished. "The tunnel," he gasped. "Where's the tunnel?" But they only smiled. "You were never in the tunnel," one whispered. "You were always here." Suddenly it clicked. What if the real Jason never left the attic? What if the tunnel didn't lead somewhere, but split him into pieces, each locked in different realities? He was one of them now. Another echo. And worse, someone else might be wearing his life outside. Back in the normal world, Jason's neighbor, Mrs. Holtz, waved at him watering his garden the next morning. "Morning, Jason," she called. "You're up early today." He smiled politely, watered the roses. But if you looked closely, you'd notice his eyes didn't blink. He moved perfectly, too perfectly. And deep in the house, behind the attic wall, a faint scratching sound echoed. The real Jason was still there, still crawling, still screaming. But no one could hear him, and no one ever would.